Okay, I'm gonna take another shot at this because the first video that I did kind of sucked, and I was very bad about my umming and whatnot in that. So I'm gonna try this again and see if it sucks less. And that'd be great because it'd be way more interesting and less awkward, which for me is probably not that much of a change. But today is day 6. Ignore the actual calendar if you're following my videos. Uh, and I decided to, again, just pick any random item from this list that I've created rather than following the order that I originally planned. And I wanted to talk today about community because it's pretty much been on my mind the entire time since I've left the city of Pittsburgh, which has been a little over a year since then. So that actually, after having just passed my 3-year on-T mark on March 10th, that is the main difference that I've noticed between 2 years and 3 years. The place that I was at, not physically in terms of my body, but physically in terms of location, um, and trying to say that again, trying to get a feel for a different community. How would I function outside of the queer community that I basically was bubbled in for 4 years? Um, Now, one of the fun things about that, I had a great time with the community in Pittsburgh. I founded Trans Pride with a friend of mine. We started that up for 2011, and the 3rd year in a row is coming up, and it's something that people are starting to take notice of, not just in that local area, but the around the country. We had performers from Texas, DC, all around the eastern side of the state, um, and I really want. I'm excited about that, but I left there right at the peak of feeling like a part of that place, and then I should say that right before. I was actually about the same time that things were falling apart, and I'm not gonna lie, because a lot of things had fallen apart, I had no choice but to leave. And I was still trying to hang on to shreds of that community, like not even shreds, just fibers that had sort of branched out. And I wanted to piece things back together. I wanted everybody to start working together again. I really wanted to build things up and continue to do that, even while not being there. And I don't think people realized how difficult that was. In terms of, you know, pragmatics, how I was going to be able to do any of that, and how hard it was to not be there and watch everything happen. The community that you helped foster, um, you helped create a part of that space, and then you can't be there. It's kind of like watching someone else raise your kid, I would imagine. But anyway, moving from that and those still very nice few moments that I got of, community enjoyment, to absolutely nothing. No real gay community in my area. No real place to go. Even it was a shock, and I don't know if I did anything for a month or two. I don't know if I got up any. I slept all day. I was depressed. I ended up cutting myself one day. I know that. First time ever. And it's a small town. There's not really a lot going on here. But I did manage to find actually a small group of people that were absolutely amazing to me. And it gave me real insight into a problem that I had noticed before but had never really gotten as much of a grasp on as I have now. It seems to me that this small group of crazy little nerdy and sometimes redneck people that I hang around with knew more about how to treat me as a person than many people in the LGBT community. Not so much the people in the transgender or genderqueer community, but there were some that just did not know when to stop, or what the boundary line was, or didn't feel that I had the same rights to privacy, I guess, as a cis person. They knew, the straight heteronormative people that I know knew more about just common decency, knew what was appropriate and what was not, and it didn't really matter to them. The fact that I was trans never really got brought up in almost every conversation, unless it was, a shared understanding that we'd be making a joke, and they were a lot better about making jokes that weren't offensive, and even the ones that kind of were, they knew how to gauge that. And people within our own community don't seem to have that ability to gauge what is not only disrespectful, but just cruel sometimes. And I never understood how extensive that problem was, and how easy it actually is for people in the non-queer world to just accept and get along. And part of that problem, though, I can say that all I want, but the fact that I look, for the most part, like a typical guy and can pass and have no problem fitting in. I don't know if you saw my little, but that's part of it too. I look like they expect something to, and that may be why it's easier for them. But I know, even so, that they still think a little bit more, even when somebody's a little different. They'll make a joke and then pause and realize what they said was really not that funny. And I'm changing minds slowly with this, and that's how you do it. It doesn't even have to be forceful, but more along the lines of, I still feel somewhat guilty about that, because I know that there are trans women, there are non-trans guys and girls, and it's not as easy for them. There's genderqueer individuals out there that are not going to have as easy of a time getting people to understand them. Even if what they're saying is the same thing as I'm saying, it's that orchestra problem. Side story that before they put up a screen to do orchestra auditions, orchestras were mostly men. When they put a screen down, just so they could hear the playing, it started to even out. So the medium that is presenting the information obviously is a big factor. Looks are just as important as the message sometimes. It sucks, but it's true. Anyway, I did, in my other video, most of the reason why I changed this, I shifted to a different topic after a while, about the performance, like gender performance, drag, entertainment community in Pittsburgh and in the larger sense, nationally. I had a lot of things to say that maybe I shouldn't have, but some of the things still hold true. I am very saddened by the fact that there are a lot of people I thought cared, and apparently don't, and they don't really feel that they can come to me and tell me that, or that they can't just simply say that I don't think we're friends anymore, let's just maintain a respectful professional relationship. I'm perfectly okay with honesty, and in my honest opinion, it's not even an opinion, it's fact, I'm not going to get subtle hints that you drop that you don't want me to talk to you. I just don't get it. I'll have like an inkling, but I'm paranoid generally, so that doesn't help. And I'm going to err on the side of caution here and say that a lot of the people that I used to consider friends are not friends anymore. In action, I don't base anything much off words anymore. But no, while I am saddened by what's happened, and don't understand why I can't just be friends with people and put on drag shows, I'm excited to see that community continue to grow, even if I can't really be a part of it in the way that I want to. Just feel like being shut out from it. That's the problem. But I'm also excited to become a part of a new community. I'm moving in just about a month to Annapolis, and being right outside of DC, and hopefully getting to hang around with the DC Kings and get going with them. I think becoming a part of that community and learning how I can help, not just there, but around the nation, like I've been trying to do with my videos, with speaking, with pageantry, etc., performing around, just kind of being there and being loud and obnoxious. I know it's hard to believe since I'm pretty quiet here, but I can be. Yeah, I don't know where I was going after that. And it's probably a good thing too, because I'm approaching my time limit here. So, much better, less angsty, angry, ummy video for you, and I will be back tomorrow. Hopefully, it actually is tomorrow, with another video of one of these 20 something things that I'm just going to pick off the list. And thanks, guys. And oh, one more thing. I got a message today. I was looking through the inbox here on YouTube, and this is really fitting for the community topic. And I hope this is okay that I'm reading this. I'm sorry if it's not, you can tell me to take it down. But it really made me cry, and it really made me know that even a little thing like a transition video can provide a sense of community for someone and can help. And even if you feel alone and scared and that nobody understands and feel useless, even making a video about how you feel useless can save somebody's life. And the message went like this. Just wanted to let you know by watching your videos this past week saved my life. I was so close to just ending it all, but it gave me a lot to think about, and knowing I was not the only person out there going through hell. Lost pretty much everything in just a month, and it goes on. And then in instance, I like to think of you as the brother I never had growing up. And I don't even know if I have the right words to describe that right now, how that feels. I've gotten a couple messages that are pretty touching, but nothing that was that specific to be like, you're the reason I'm there today. And that kind of contribution is the one I want to make in this world. And doing something as small as making a video and opening yourself up to people, that can change things for people. And something that simple that can have that much of an impact is amazing to me. I don't have all the words for that yet, but I just wanted to let you know that that's the kind of thing that we're all trying to do here, I think, is trans community on YouTube. We're trying to connect with each other in these ways and help each other through this when there may not be someone directly there for you first to talk to. And that's what's fucking great about the internet. End part. Anyway, now I'm actually going. So I will see you guys tomorrow, and take care.